Not enough variables. Not nearly
What's up, everybody? This is going to be going over the all the new Heimerdinger changes they've done. I'd like to point out that I've never actually played Heimerdinger before, so if I have no idea what I'm doing, it's because I have no idea what I'm doing. If that makes sense. So, as you can see, he looks completely different. Looks way better in my opinion. He doesn't have any of the weird stuff going on that he did before.
Because they make up everything.
And he has science jokes.
Don't worry, you can learn so much from failure.
Neat little trick. That's probably one of the cooler animations for sure.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Get the idea of the normal jokey type things. Once again, this isn't a guide to show you guys how to build him or anything like that. It's just a guide to show, or not a guide, but just a video to show you what the rework looks like in the beta stages right now, and how his moves have changed. So if you're familiar with him, this will be a little easier on me because I really haven't played him before. But as you can see, his passive is he gives himself some nearby allied champions bonus health regeneration. His Q is what we'll start with, so we'll just start with that and we'll move on to the other explanations after this. But he places a turret down and the turret prioritizes targets and enemies that are attacking Heimerdinger. So as you level up Heimerdinger, it appears that his their health, the little turret's health, moves up, and as you level them up, obviously all their attack and stuff goes up as far as the magic goes. But that's what Heimerdinger's about, placing these little guys down. And killing Soraka's. They have a cooldown on them, so you can't just spam a bunch of bots down, but as you can see, Soraka has a decent amount of damage done to her.
Yes, hurry. I have important work to get back to you.
And since we unlocked his rockets, we'll talk about those real quick. You can see he does a barrage of rockets here. They have a pattern that's pretty unique, but they go in a cone-like thing, and you can all launch them at the same time to do extra damage. There you can see that Soraka almost bit it. They do a good amount of damage, but that'll leave you a bunch of different options for you to shoot your rocket. So it's got a neat little style to it, as you can see. You'll be able to hit multiple targets fairly easily. But that's just straight magic damage. I didn't really go over the tooltip for it, but all his tool pictures have been worked as well. His E is it's a grenade that just does magic damage and slows, and it also stuns enemies that are in the center of the blast. If we can get the Soraka back in here, we'll show you what that looks like. He's pretty good with his mana too. I don't feel like I'm like low on mana at any point. If I can actually hit her, we'll show you what it looks like. And as you can see, the rockets do take minion into account, so it's not something that you're going to have shooting you through a bunch of different people. But now that we're a little bit higher, we got the ability to have 2 turrets going down. You can see that with this, I can really force the... I will eventually land the stun.
For great science.
I like how he has a little nut rotating around him. That's pretty cool. His recall animation's also been redone, which is really nice. As you can see, Rai's doing a pretty good job. They're trying to make this guy as new as possible here, so everybody will be back into them, which is good. I love the way Riot does that. It's, you know, it's neat they don't just let
Order,
characters die.
entropy, a never-ending cycle.
Once again, I'd like to point out, I've never played Heimerdinger before, so if you're watching this right now and you're an expert Heimerdinger player and you're like, what is he doing? I don't know.
Every problem solved is another revealed.
There's a good little combo for you. You can see that's pretty much half health right away.
It's smaller than the diagram. Eureka!
He's got pretty good range on his auto attack, which is neat. You think for a character that has the ability to
I'll be funneling.
do so much damage as from a non-evasive, non-dangerous point, just plopping down turrets, that he wouldn't have that much range, but whatever.
Raise your what?
Well, before we get his ultimate, you can see that it makes the next basic ability free and gives a bonus effect. So whatever ability that I cast will have some sort of bonus effect to it.
This calls for a prototype.
And we'll show you that as soon as this person clears away. We'll pop down a turret first. And that is going to make my turret
My calculations.
appears to be a lot more damage.
An enemy has been
So you can see that turret's pretty sweet. It does a pretty good amount of damage.
What an uncommon denominator.
So it'll take a second here, but we'll get some more clearing going on. Just for the record, I don't think he's going to become viable in any other place. I don't think you're going to see Heimerdinger hopping out of the jungle anytime soon in the most viable of ways, but you never know. I mean, with his W being able to hit multiple targets and him having a stun,
Working as
it's not completely unheard of for him to be able to come out of the jungle. And the reason I bring this up is because that's basically all I do is jungle. I prefer to be in the jungle. But he does really good damage even through Soraka's heals, so that's good. And if you're wondering why I'm playing bots, it's for the same reason that I keep explaining, that I don't really know what I'm doing. I never play mid, so instead of you having to watch a video of me getting rolled, it'll just be a video of me playing Soraka. Here, we'll try and get back and buy some stuffs. Oh, apparently she wants to play.
goggles on.
Sure, that seems like a perfect item. Why not get a little extra mana? Alright, next here we'll show off what you do when you replace his, you pop his ult and you do his rocket swarm. It's going to fire 4 waves of rockets that deal a bunch of damage. But unfortunately they take reduced damage, where it's the maximum of 500 is what that's saying. So we'll see how much damage this does on a Soraka. I'll make sure that I get a full launch on her. Well, that's something, huh? Oh, goodness. So that does a bunch of damage, you can see. That was basically a one-shot. Just completely melted her. So that's going to be up there with some of the best burst ults that there are. Finally, we'll look at what happens when you ult his grenade. It looks like it throws a bouncing grenade that discharges 3 times. And it stuns and slows an area that are bigger. So that'll be neat. This guy's gonna have a lot of different ways to work. You can see he's got an ult, but the ult makes 3 separate good ults, so I wouldn't be surprised if people have to start dealing with the whole overpowered talk real early. Probably could have killed her there, but there's really no reason when I want to see what the ult does. You can hear the little things. Beak a beak a beak. So I believe what this ult is going to be for is large crowd controls, kind of like in a Moo style thing. We'll take out this tower and then we'll drop the ult on it.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
So there you go, that's going to be dropping a huge ult that does all sorts of slows and stuns all over people. It's going to be a big deal. I mean, this guy's going to start coming back, and anybody who's played against a Heimerdinger in the first place knows for a fact that he is a pain to deal with. So for those of us that don't play mid or don't have any intentions of playing Heimerdinger, this isn't the most exciting rework in the entire world. I mean, granted, I like anything that's a quality rework, but in this case, it's going to lead Heimerdinger back to being one of the more viable champions, and he's going to be hard to deal with. He really is. He was already a pain when people knew how to play him, so I imagine that this new rework is really going to motivate people who were good with him to be better, and people who never played him to get in there and try him, and it's going to be pretty impressive, some of the things they do, because he's got, like I said, 3 very viable different ults, 2 of which do a decent amount of damage. So you're going to find yourself in a lot of situations where you're getting rolled on by a Heimerdinger, it looks like. But you can see even against this Leona. Whoa, just out of the range. So we'll get one more ult here, see if I can't one-shot somebody. Oh no, you got me. I suck with that.
Your team has destroyed.
This should be amusing. Power flash. That's that quality flash. You won't see that in ranked play. I wish I could pretend like I was really good right now. But either way, you get the idea. You know Heimerdinger's going to be coming back and coming back strong. This is the first build of him in the PvE, so Lord only knows what he ends up with in the long run, but this is a pretty good idea of what it's going to be like. So expect to see him making a resurgence. He's going to be coming back pretty hard, and he's going to be really hard to beat. So just one shot everybody. That's the plan. Alright, you guys. Hope you enjoyed everything. If there's any information you want to know, feel free to comment down in the comment section. If you like the video, feel free to subscribe. And if you like the video, like the video. Thanks.